There are moments in a woman's life when everything begins to shift, but not by accident. When Allah chooses her for a future filled with light, strength, and purpose, He starts guiding her heart in subtle yet powerful ways. You may not see the change immediately, but the signs are there, clear, divine, and deeply personal. Have you ever felt a sudden pull toward faith, or noticed people leaving your life for no reason? Do you find yourself seeking knowledge, facing unexpected challenges, or affecting others just by being yourself? These are not coincidences. They are signs that Allah is preparing you for something extraordinary. In this video, we will explore 5 signs that appear in a woman's life when Allah is molding her for a brilliant future. Watch closely. You might just recognize yourself in every word. Let's begin this powerful journey of reflection, growth, and divine purpose. Increased connection with Salah. When Allah chooses a woman for a brilliant future, one of the first and most powerful signs is a deep, unexplainable pull towards Salah. This isn't just about performing the 5 daily prayers, it's about feeling spiritually nourished through them. Her heart starts to find peace in sujood, and her soul begins to rely on these moments of connection with Allah more than ever before. Even when she's tired or busy, something inside her urges her to pray, and she listens. This transformation doesn't come from external pressure. Rather, it's a calling from within. Allah begins to unlock her inner strength through these quiet moments of worship. Her Salah becomes her safe space, where she shares her hopes, fears, and dreams with the one who truly understands. Over time, her prayers become more than a duty. They become a source of clarity and direction in her life. She begins to guard her prayers, not out of fear, but out of love. Missing Salah feels heavy on her heart, not because others will judge her, but because she misses the comfort it brings. Even if the world is falling apart around her, she stands before Allah with humility and strength. This discipline shapes her mindset, her decisions, and even her relationships. Through Salah, her heart is cleansed of confusion and negativity. It becomes her spiritual compass, helping her remain grounded and focused. The more consistent she becomes in prayer, the more she notices subtle blessings unfolding in her life. Opportunities, peace of mind, and inner confidence. Allah is preparing her soul for something greater, and this deep connection with Salah is the foundation on which her brilliant future will be built. Removal of toxic people and distractions. Another powerful sign that Allah is preparing a woman for a brilliant future is that He begins to remove certain people and distractions from her life, often without warning or explanation. Friendships may suddenly fall apart. Conversations that once felt important now seem meaningless. People who brought comfort or excitement start to feel distant or even harmful. While this process can feel confusing or even painful at first, it's actually a divine form of protection. Allah, in His wisdom, clears the path for her growth by detaching her from those who may limit her spiritual, emotional, or personal development. Sometimes, these individuals carry jealousy, bad intentions, or simply incompatible energy. They may not necessarily be evil, but their presence could be a barrier between her and the higher purpose Allah has planned for her. And so, they are removed, quietly but purposefully. In place of these distractions, Allah often brings solitude, reflection, and clarity. During this phase, she begins to understand the difference between people who drain her and those who genuinely uplift her. She stops chasing approval and starts valuing her inner peace. This shift allows her to focus on her goals, her values, and her relationship with Allah, without the noise of unnecessary opinions or influences. Distractions also fade away, be it unhealthy habits, time-wasting activities, or worldly attachments that once held her back. Things that once brought temporary pleasure begin to lose their appeal. Allah redirects her heart toward more meaningful pursuits. This cleansing process may feel like loss, but it is actually a divine favor. By removing what no longer serves her, Allah is making space for what will uplift her. This separation is not rejection, it is preparation. A purified environment allows her future to unfold without obstacles. 3. Growing desire for Islamic knowledge and self-improvement. When Allah selects a woman for a brilliant future, He places within her a deep and sincere hunger for knowledge, especially knowledge that brings her closer to Him. She begins to feel drawn toward learning about her faith, not out of obligation, but from a heartfelt desire to understand the wisdom of Islam. Topics like tafsir, hadith, purification of the soul, and the lives of the righteous start to interest her more than worldly conversations. This urge is not merely academic, it becomes personal and transformative. As she learns, she begins to reflect on her own life. She doesn't just study facts, she applies them. Her thoughts, her choices, and her behavior begin to shift in quiet but powerful ways. She seeks improvement, not to impress anyone, but because her heart longs to please her Creator and live with purpose. She may begin to listen to Islamic lectures, read meaningful books, or spend time with knowledgeable people who inspire her. Even in her free moments, she finds herself curious about the deeper meanings behind Allah's commands. She asks questions, seeks answers, and craves sincerity in her journey. This internal shift brings her a different kind of confidence, one rooted in faith and understanding. She stops comparing herself to others and starts comparing herself to who she was yesterday. Each step she takes toward improvement is guided by the light of knowledge. Most importantly, this growth humbles her. The more she learns, the more she realizes how much she still has to discover. This humility keeps her grounded, sincere, and constantly striving. Allah increases her wisdom in quiet, consistent ways because He is shaping her into someone capable of handling the brilliance that awaits her. Tests that strengthen her patience and faith. A clear sign that Allah is preparing a woman for a brilliant future is that He allows her to go through trials, but not to break her. Rather, these tests are designed to shape her strength, build her character, and deepen her connection with Him. These challenges may come in many forms: emotional struggles, financial hardship, betrayal, disappointment, or unexpected setbacks. What sets her apart is how she responds. Instead of becoming bitter or hopeless, she begins to reflect. Even when the pain is intense, something within her whispers, "There is wisdom in this." With each test, she learns to surrender her will to Allah's plan, trusting that He knows what she does not. Patience becomes her shield, and faith becomes her fuel. These trials teach her how to stand firm even when the ground feels shaky. She may cry, feel lonely, or question her path, but she doesn't give up. Through hardship, she learns resilience. Through pain, she discovers her inner power. And through every difficulty, her duas become deeper and more sincere. Over time, she starts recognizing the hidden mercy in what once felt like punishment. She sees how each test helped her grow stronger, wiser, and closer to Allah. The woman who was once unsure begins to walk with quiet confidence, because she knows she is being shaped for something greater. These tests are not a sign of rejection, they are a sign of selection. Allah does not test whom he doesn't love. Her struggles are the furnace in which her brilliance is being refined. Through each hardship, she is being elevated, not just in this world, but in the sight of her Creator. 5. Unintentional influence and inner light. When Allah chooses a woman for a brilliant future, one of the most beautiful signs is the quiet light she begins to carry within her. She may not be in the spotlight, she may not seek attention, but her presence leaves an impact. Without even realizing it, her words comfort others, her actions inspire, and her character reflects sincerity and strength. This influence is not loud or forceful. It is subtle, graceful, and deeply felt. People around her begin to notice a difference. They may seek her advice, admire her calmness, or feel peace in her company. She doesn't speak to impress, but her speech is thoughtful and meaningful. Her kindness becomes contagious. Her dignity speaks louder than any image or trend. She lives with purpose, and that naturally influences others to reflect on their own path. This inner light comes from her sincerity with Allah. When a person works on purifying their heart, Allah allows that purity to radiate. She may not have a large platform, but the effect she has on those around her is lasting. A simple reminder from her can open someone's heart. A quiet act of generosity can change someone's day. Her presence becomes a form of dawah, without her ever having to preach. This is not something she creates. It is something Allah places in her, because He has chosen her to lead by example. He makes her a source of hope, strength, and wisdom for others. The influence she carries is part of the divine preparation for a greater mission. Even when she doubts her worth, others see a light in her that reassures them. That is the sign of a woman whose brilliance is being nurtured by the one who knows her true potential. If you recognized even one of these signs in your life, know that Allah is guiding you towards something beautiful. Trust His plan and continue walking with faith. Every step you take with sincerity brings you closer to the future He has written for you. If this video touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Inner Deen for more uplifting reminders. Comment below, Ya Allah, choose me for a future filled with light, guidance, and purpose. May Allah bless you with strength, wisdom, and a heart that always turns to Him. Ameen.